Hey friends, this is Reverend Jerry, the People's Priest, aka Father Jerry, and today I am coming to you with your Monday Musings. So in the beginning of Matthew's Gospel, chapter 15, we see Jesus sharing a bit about the condition of our heart. And I find this particular passage really interesting because it's chapter 15, verse 10, and he goes on to this little lesson about the condition of your heart and what you put into your heart and what comes out of your heart. And then later in that same chapter, we have this encounter that he has with the Canaanite woman, where he has this exchange with her that is very messy and kind of condescending and all that stuff. And it's a great example in the gospel where Jesus is kind of being forced to practice what he preaches. I find this particular portion of the gospel very intriguing because it's a great example of how we as human beings sometimes fail to live up to the standards that we set for ourselves. And so we need to make it a habit to constantly search our hearts, search the condition of our hearts. What is it that we are putting into our hearts? What habits, what conditions have we allowed ourselves to be rooted in? But then also, too, knowing what those conditions are, how our heart is, that can invite us into reimagining how we behave and engage in the world around us. So if we have a hard heart, it makes it more difficult for us to practice compassion, to practice grace, generosity. But if we allow ourselves to develop habits that increase compassion and increase generosity, then our heart remains soft and we allow ourselves to be more available to the world in a way that's fruitful, just, and life-giving, not just for yourself, but for other people. And I find that this is a part of what it means to be in community that most of us struggle with. And so in the part of the gospel when Jesus is interacting with the Canaanite woman, the part about her behavior in the story that we need to take into account is her ability to speak up for herself and on behalf of her daughter. And that persistence in showing up in a bold way and holding other people accountable to also show up in a just and right way is a key that unlocks the healing miracle that she's looking for. And so too, if we allow ourselves to persist in showing up in a way that is inspired by the condition of our heart, preferably a soft heart, so too we can create a more just and inclusive world that is centered around compassion and generosity. So remember, dear friends, that life is short and we do not have much time to gladden the hearts of those who journey with us. So be swift to love, make haste to be kind, and this day and every day, pay attention to the condition of your heart.
Monday Musings is a weekly reflection series brought to you by Reverend Jerry Maynard, the People's Priest, and produced by C&G Communications. For a small donation of $25 per month, you can be listed as a podcast sponsor. For more information, please visit revjerrymaynard.org and click on the People's Priest podcast under the Media tab.